Welcome everybody to the Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast, your home for all wrestling, earthly wrestling. What's up, Soto?
What's up, my guy?
I ain't gonna lie, you look so relaxed compared to last time I seen you. Oh, that's right, because the Knicks swept the Sixers and we're chilling. You know, I don't know how you feel about the Yankees because we played each
Side
other.
topic, you know?
The
A side topic.
see a side note, and then Subway Series this weekend. You guys are on a two-game losing streak, and
It
we
happens.
are on a sweep of the Tigers. So now it's time to cross town rivals. You know what I'm saying? You know,
It's time to duke it out, hash it out.
no, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a couple of fuck yous for a couple of days, and then on Mondays, all right, back to back to your scheduled programming and more to come. Oh, by the way, so before we see it, I will see it the first time before we,
This is gonna be my second.
It'll be your second time. How's Mortal Kombat?
Amazing.
Better than the first?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If people got criticism of that, oh well. But I think the second one defeats the first one.
And this is taking away your
I feel like the first one it's kind of hated on. I thought, it wasn't like, oh wow, but it wasn't either trash. I thought it was like mid, more on the like, it was pretty solid side. But this one, just like this Mortal Kombat, it just blew me away. It was amazing.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Because I know, the bias and your biasness and unbiased takes. I can respect that. So my next question before we begin is: this episode better than last week?
Every new episode is better than last week.
Love that. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah. Let's. All right. Yeah. Let's talk about Asuka's WWE future. So.
Yeah. She's gone. She ain't coming back. It's over. What's been going on?
No, I think she's coming back. I think it's it was all right. So it was one of those things where your first initial reaction was, yeah, she's gone. After her loss to Io Sky at WWE Backlash, I think a lot of people were surprised at the way she kind of like hugged Io, and we talked right then and there. We were like, this seems like a
passing of the torch in a way.
Yeah, it was definitely a passing of the torch, but then it was like, was this a goodbye? Like, that's what it seemed like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even like people in WWE were like, her future is like up in the air, right? And then you have guys like Dave Meltzer say that she's semi-retired and whatnot, right? But no, there was some latest like clarification, like some new report on what happened to Asuka. Even before then, before I give you guys the update, they were speculating like, oh, could she be a casualty in regards to talent cuts, right? But no, she is actually sticking around, right? So according to Sean Ross, he mentioned that Asuka will be taking some time away to handle family issue. So if you don't remember, she did sign a multi-year deal with WWE in 2024. So I think this is just some time off to get her stuff in order, attend to family issues, and then whenever she's able to return, she'll return. And to be honest with you, I know we're in May. I think this is going to be like an extended kind of hiatus. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Asuka till like maybe the Rumble as a surprise entrance.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I think something like that. I mean, listen, family is always first, right? You got to attend that. And that's exactly what she's doing. Obviously, we don't know the extent of the family issue, but I think her priority is to take care of that, and rightfully so. So that's why the defeat with Io, and then obviously you had that backstage segment with Io. It seemed like the passing of the torch. Like, hey, it's your time, right? And to be honest with you, for years, hands down, the best women's wrestler in that women's division. For quite a while was Asuka. I don't think there's no denying it. And now, you pass it over to Io, who arguably is the pound for pound, men or women, like best singles
You
wrestler.
think she's the best
I
singular
think
wrestler on the
she's up
roster?
there. She's definitely up there.
Top 10?
Top 5.
Top 3.
Possibly. All right, if you're talking about women,
In total, you said the whole roster. So I'm
in
bringing up the
total,
top
yeah,
10.
I think top 5.
Top 5. Did she get
Yeah,
top 3?
maybe. I've she could make a case for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I think she's done. I get it. I get the whole route. She may come back. Yeah, I think she's done. I think the writing on the wall. Brock Lesnar abruptly retires. Out of the criticism of what TKO wanted to do, and that wasn't good for the business, and this and that third. He's gone. So he just, he kicked the 6 months ahead. Like,
okay.
So who cares about retiring in March when you're gonna retire in August anyways? You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't really matter, in regards to whatever. So, I think for her, I think it's time for her to move on and go do something different. So,
listen, I get you, and that's what it seemed like. It seemed like, she was retiring. There's nothing else left for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just what she has carried this division for quite a while, whether it's singles, whether it's tag, she is one of the top wrestlers in that women's division, and she deserves her time off. So I mean, I want to believe that that she's taking care of family issues and then returning, which will make her return that much greater and much more impactful. But we'll see what happens.
I think it's the end. You think it's not? Okay, fair. Agree to disagree.
Yeah. And plus, for it to be, and it's gonna sound weird. Like, I know people at first some people were speculating budget cuts. WWE loves Asuka way too much.
Yeah,
like she has gone through so much that. Yeah, I don't believe they would flat out release her like that, Mm-hmm. And then I know people could say, well, what about Kairi Sane? I just feel like, Asuka's connection or tie with the WWE is far stronger than people like Kairi Sane or recently released cuts,
Right.
Let's go to okay. So another interesting topic that we're bringing up is Rey Fenix's public frustration over WWE booking.
It's only a matter of time before they say, fuck it, we're going to put you and Penta back together.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I can't blame Rey Fenix. I mean, he didn't say anything crazy. He just said, he posted on Twitter, I love my brother, but I will take, I love my brother, but I will like to have my chance. #Animo. And he's 100% correct. I mean, to be honest with you, out of both of them, right? Out of Penta and Phoenix, initially, I was more excited of, seeing Phoenix in WWE, right? Because of his high flying ability and whatnot.
Right.
And the fact that he puts his body on the line, right? In such an incredible way. So I was more, interested in Phoenix's jump, but obviously Penta's jump was first, right? And they really strapped Penta with a rocket, and it's just been,
it worked.
It worked for Penta, right? With Phoenix, I get it. He's lost about half of his matches. Hasn't had a title yet. His last televised match in WWE was in February against Trick Williams, and it's like, this is a luchador who has an insane amount of talent, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And I think they're WWE right now is just testing waters. Obviously, Penta as a single, Phoenix as a single star, right? And we've seen it worked for Penta, not yet for Phoenix. Hopefully, Phoenix gets a singles push, right? I think the end goal is to have them.
Underground.
You think so?
The closer we get to the all but confirmation that Lucha Underground is back on TV,
Okay.
is the closer we get. And you know where it's going to go on? Our family's favorite channels, Univision, Unimas, Telemundo. And guess where all those channels get the premium videos on demand from? Amazon. Lucha Underground is going to be on Amazon TV. Book it. And you're going to see everybody who's frustrated. You know what? I want to be in AEW. I want to be in WWE. I want to be, you know what? I'm gonna go this way. I think Ray Phoenix will be one of those guys that if it doesn't work out the way he wanted to, because he can do all the things, you can win all the belts, can do something, but if he's not generally happy with now is becoming a public thing. Now it could be a work, right? Just planting the seeds for it. But if this is not a work, and this is in fact true that he's just not happy with WWE and what's going on, Lucha Underground's coming up. Why not go back to your grassroots?
I just feel like you can do that, but with rumored Lucha Underground, it's like we don't know when that's starting. And then I know with WWE they have AAA, but it's like I feel like it's going backwards instead of
for him,
yeah, because it's like, all right, I joined WWE for more exposure, for more opportunities, and
I got that for 6 months, and now that's gone.
And to be honest with you, like his run right now, it's you can compare it to his run in AEW, and I feel like his run in AEW was better, than WWE thus far. I mean, I think the end goal obviously is to reunite the Lucha Bros, but
in due time, not right now, but I think if they don't in fact do so, then he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to do something because it's like he's not involved in any storyline, and
you could throw him anywhere.
And to be honest with you, like reacting like that in social media, it's a hit or miss. Because if fans like back you and be like, yeah, this guy deserves an opportunity, maybe WWE will listen and be like, you know what, let's work something here with him. But
or he ends up like carrying cross and just now he's doing indie shows.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where his booking has been really disappointing. So I don't fault him.
Triple H's doing as TKO's doing. Is it a WWE thing or is it a TKO thing?
No, that's a WWE thing. That's 100% a WWE thing. Yeah. Okay. That's a no-brainer. So, all right, let's talk about the John Cena Classic.
So before you go, I gave it a night's sleep. And by the way, I woke up the next day feeling marvelous, right? I felt great. Nice, good sleep. I woke up on it, and I go to work, do what I do. Midday, I go on Instagram, see what's going on, and I see social media. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work, Papa. I don't know how they're gonna do this. They can make this into a King of the Ring style tournament, but the fans should pick who's who, and you should not involve. You shouldn't be involved. You shouldn't be a holder of a championship, so no title holders, and as long as you're not injured, you're able to go, and let the fans pick who they want involved in the matches, and then that could work. But him saying, "Oh, the fan will pick the winner," I'm not trying to watch a 15-minute match. If that's the case, if this is the case, Danhausen is going to get bombed by Oba Femi, and Danhausen is going to be Oba because the fans like Danhausen more than Oba. Just to put that in perspective, just based on what he says, that's how it's going to happen. I know you will be throwing shit across that mirror in the back. Your closet mirror will be destroyed if you see Danhausen defeats Oba Femi by fan vote. You're going to bug out.
There was a lot of hype for this announcement, right? And I know that the fact that this is to try to get superstars like Sol Ruka and, like you said, Oba Femi over, right? I just don't like the concept, right? You know, when he said, "Oh," you know, when John Cena revealed, "Oh, a new title," I was like, "Oh," and then he mentioned a new event. Oh, and then he mentioned the John Cena Classic. I was like, "Okay, this is going to be a tournament." Um, but the fact that in-ring competition doesn't really mean anything, right? The fact that WWE fans will vote to determine the first ever title holder, I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest
What
with
was
you.
that show? Oh, Tough Enough? That's what this sounds like to me. This sounds like a glorified Tough Enough competition without the wrestling. Think about it. A lot, some of the people who won Tough Enough were not that good wrestlers. You have people that got cut and being better wrestlers than the ones that won it. They got no
Yeah,
more charisma. They can shoot on the mic. They can do, you know what I'm saying? They can bring the crowd down. Okay, these motherfuckers still can't wrestle.
yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. Like, they're still going over the concept of this tournament. Like, not even WWE knows what to do with this tournament. They just announced it, and it kind of feels like, you know, in Saudi when they have that Saudi championship.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish, like, this title, which is going to bear John Cena's name, I wish it's going to mean something, you know, of value.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is just one of those titles that, like, we're gonna forget and, like, make fun of in a couple of years.
All depends on who is involved in the tournament and then who wins it.
Yeah,
everybody knows whoever wins it, whoever is the inaugural winner is important. But you only involve in trivia jokes. Oh, well,
yeah.
Danhausen, not even better. El Grande Americano wins the inaugural John Cena Classic. All right, cool. Big name that goes in your accolades, Hall of Fame, legacy, legacy, all that, cool. And then they go back because revisionist history is a bitch, for one. And two, everybody needs, especially in this space now, in podcasting, in sports, in debates, context is everything. So if he becomes champion and he beats the undisputed champ Roman Reigns, how the fuck did that happen? Tell me how the arguably the best wrestler in the business, and Roman Reigns, we'll just say it just because, loses to El Grande Americano for the John Cena Classic, to be the winner of the John Cena Classic. It makes no sense. Just because
it's just going to be I don't know. It's just going to be so
a lot of
confusing.
gray. We need just black and white.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where, like, all right, yeah, like you just said, if Obafemi is in a match, right, and let's just say
he beats the piss out of R-Truth,
and he beats, let's say he beats a guy like R-Truth, all right. Well, you know,
Heath Slater.
Obafemi is popular, and then so is R-Truth, right? But just by chance, R-Truth could beat him just based off of popularity. Like, I don't. I don't know.
It comes off like Tough Enough, and I'm not. This, you know what, John Cena here in TKO. Here's how you fix it: pick your 12 competitors. No title. Nobody who has a belt is involved. The fans rank them 1 through whatever, and you pick this number. You pick that number. That's who you wrestle, and so on and so on and so forth. And you do the brackets like that, 1 through 12, and like say us two and her in it. I pick. Oh, I got 3. I fight wrestler 3. It don't matter who it is, a random draw, and you go from there. You treat it like King of the Ring, and then you name it. That's your.
To be honest with you, I would have preferred if they announced the return of the King of the Ring. That would have been smooth.
They should have the King of the Ring. That should be a pay-per-view. That should be a PLE all by itself.
Mm-hmm. Like the old days.
The epitome of a gauntlet would make wrestling so much better, because whoever everybody says wrestling's fake, whatever the case may be, you still have to go out there and compete. So you could have whatever, and what if somebody actually gets hurt? What if they pick somebody and now they create an underdog fight, and you build stars that way. Yeah. Imagine you have Phoenix in that. He goes all the way to lose to somebody. You just built 4 matches for Ray Phoenix to become something.
Yeah, but you know what I am looking forward to in regards to the John Cena Classic, that there's the possibility that wrestlers from AAA and even from TNA could show up.
Love that.
So if that happens, then I think that would be pretty cool because you get exposure for all three companies.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Let's talk about this in about a month. Let's have it. Who the fuck? Oh, look who it is.
I mean, who the fuck? What's up?
Richhausen.
What's cracking? Sorry, you know how it is with the work and being on the West Coast, but I'm here.
I hear that. How you feel about the John Cena Classic?
John Cena Classic. I'm interested to see it. I feel like it's if I'm right, then I don't mind it. I feel like it's a way to fast track Will Cruz or Mason Rook now, and I hope so. I hope I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, like I'm looking forward to seeing it play out and see how it plays, like with the audience. If the audience really does have as much control as they say they will, I'm kind of skeptical of that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think skeptical is the perfect word.
Danhausen's gonna pin Obafemi, or Obafemi's going to demolish Danhausen. Danhausen's gonna win the fan vote. You're gonna destroy WWE will destroy it in a matter of hours if that happens.
Danhausen will probably win the fan vote.
Oh, yeah, by fan vote.
Yeah.
And you know what this is? I would have. And you know what's crazy? WWE could alter the fan votes.
You know what'd be funny? If he's like, I'm going. Go ahead.
The fans will crazy in the arena, and they say, but the fans, no, you're lying. You can't lie. If they boo the winner, and but you guys voted for this. No, you didn't. You didn't.
Well, you're right. Yeah. But I can see Danhausen doing something like, I'm challenging Obafemi, and then a midget Obafemi comes out. That would be funny.
That could work. He
loves the midget trope, so we've done it like twice already. So
that could be a running gag going forward. Like, you're gonna have I'll wrestle you, I'll fuck you out. Here goes the midget.
The midget.
Here goes the little guy coming and putting in work. This sounds like a King of the Ring mixed with Cyber Sunday or Taboo Tuesday.
I don't
pick the match, pick the stipulation, and go.
If it's really got like power to the fans involved, I'm okay with that. But I'm very doubtful with TKO.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of gray and not enough black and white that's involved with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And I think that's purposeful. But go ahead. Sorry.
On more news, right? So more NXT call-ups expected over the summer.
That means a lot of people are about to be leaving if that's the case.
Yeah. So okay. So according to Body Slam, right? I think in regards to the men, they're all set. I think they're going to focus on the NXT women's division. Mm-hmm. So if you look at the women's division, I think if you're going to call up somebody, I think it's definitely maybe Lola Vice. Maybe somebody like Tatum Paxley and Kalani Jordan. I feel like those three are for sure ready for the main roster.
I think the first two are probably more.
I was gonna say I don't see
Kalani. I think her and like Jada Parker, and I think they're all like.
I'm not, to be honest with you. I hate to break it to you. I think Jada Parker needs some work.
I think they both need work, but I think Kalani's farther along for sure.
Yeah, I think Kalani found her role being a heel.
I think Lola and Tatum definitely get up before.
Yeah, and what's crazy is like Tatum could really play both roles really, really well. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's like scary good, right? And Lola Vice, obviously, we've seen her, on the main roster. We've seen her in NXT. We've seen her in AAA. So, I think she gets the call here. And then I think in the future we'll get people like Izzy Dame. We'll get Zarya, which I think I'm more like. I'm circling around Zarya because I think she's going to kill it on the main roster. And then somebody like Kendall Gray, who's amazing. But I think Kendall Gray, I would love to see her, get a run as the NXT Women's Champion. So, the same thing could be said about Zarya. So I would say like the top three names that I would, say are moving up are Lola, Tatum, and Kalani.
I would say Lola. I honestly Tatum. You can argue for Tatum too. I think that the NXT Women's Division is where I think it's good. They just need to push the people that were behind people like Jace Jane, and the others who were taking the spotlight. They need to push them up and kind of give them more spotlight. I don't feel like that's been done yet, and so I think it's overkill to throw them into the shark infested waters before you get them
Right.
where they need to be on NXT.
Right. Let's go to our last WWE topic real quick. Which is yeah, I mean we didn't have much. I think we have more on AEW side. We have a lot of AEW.
I'm fine with that.
Topics.
For the first time in a while.
Yeah, for the first time in a while. And it's WWE reportedly shutting down streamers and content creators.
Whoa,
that's been happening for a while, man.
No, but as of late, like WWE and TKO are really cracking down on and it's crazy. Like they're they're sending the the warnings, right, or the copyright things, right, and then on Monday Night Raw they post their reaction. So what is it, WWE like?
So I know exactly what's going on here as a content creator, Twitch and all that stuff. So what they're doing is they're trying to basically black out all the independent people who independently do it. And they have people like Wrestling Days and others under like a deal where they literally shield the WWE merch and basically like work with us or you're not going to be able to show our content kind of thing. That's what
it's like a fanboy and fangirl club kind of thing.
No, like a mutual go by our rules, push our narratives, push our merch, and we'll let you watch our talk about our stuff. Basically, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a large like amount of video creators, and they make this is their living. They this is how they make their bread and butter.
Dude, it's not just the video creators; they're going after the play-by-play talk, the people who talk and don't even show anything. Yeah. Like it's ridiculous. Like you can't do that. Like they'll try to
that's why
they can't. There's nothing they can do. They can just try
that's why on our end, on our TikTok account, I've kind of put a pause and I'm like, all right, I don't want to get a copyright strike because
I know how to overcome. No, it won't stand unless you put actual highlights of WWE television on there. They can't copyright talking about it. That's just not legal. But they will try to scare you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to run this thing with an
I know the game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, according to Fightful, WWE is working with a company called Stream Enforcement using bots to target streamers.
Yeah,
I know them. Oh my god, I didn't know that's who was involved.
Let's see how long that goes before the bots take over that shit. Stream Enforcement my ass.
Dude, real quick, so you know what they're doing? They're going to flood streams with their narratives. They're going to put their bots in there to say what they want if they don't like the narrative that's being pushed on certain streams. That's exactly what. Yep. Right when you told me the company involved, I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the land of All Elite, where an interesting match has been announced for AEW's Double or Nothing, a hair versus title match between MJF versus Darby Allin. So, how did this stipulation come about? Allin had mocked MJF, for his reported hair transplant trip to Turkey, right? And he made it known that the only way MJF would get another title shot was by risking his hair, in which MJF accepted the terms. And and they had a pretty funny segment of I think it was MJF being interviewed, and then as he's
everybody walking by was bald.
Yeah, I think it was like 16 or 19 bald individuals just passed by MJF.
That's funny. I feel like this would not work with anyone else but MJF because his character is so insecure that it does work. So it works for MJF, but I feel like it wouldn't for anyone else.
You know what? It kind of reminds me not the storyline, but how it could go. You remember when the feud between Kurt Angle and Edge
Yeah.
when Kurt Angle, like, it was Kurt Angle who, went bald, but I could see something where, MJF loses here, and obviously, Roxa.
Somebody gets hit with something and knocks out.
No, I'm saying like Roxa away girl toupee for the next couple of weeks and stuff.
You know what would be hilarious? They won't do this, but it would be hilarious if MJF loses, and then he's like, "You said hair," and he shaves his armpit hair. That would be kind of funny.
If you want to be technical, I mean,
that's an MJF move.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that would be pretty.
Swerve.
Yeah, that would be. But yeah, of course, it will take place at AEW's Double or Nothing. Hair versus title. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
We'll see.
Then we got a return on AEW Dynamite. Brian Cage made his return after 14-month hiatus.
What was going on?
So he was recovering from a torn quadriceps and multiple setbacks during rehab. So 14 months. But to be honest with you, he looks amazing.
It only gets you so far in AEW, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I didn't like is the fact that, again, he's associated with the Don Callis family.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're doing that with everyone. They need to definitely need to separate him and others who could stand out on their own and push them the right way with the proper character development. But it's AEW, so
yeah. And he had a really good match against the TNT champion Kevin Knight, who they're pushing. And then obviously shortly after, it was announced that him and Lance Archer will form a tag team known as the Murder Machines.
It's better than what they were doing.
Yeah,
with them.
I feel like with AEW, I feel like this is such a lazy booking. It's because like
it is.
You have so many talented people on your roster, and they're like, you know what? Let's just throw them to the Don Callis family and see what happens.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I truly, even though Brian Cage is getting up there in age, I truly believe the dude is shredded. He's not just a big guy; he's a big guy who can work. I don't know how you don't find a spot on the upper card for a guy like that. That befuddles me, honestly.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with Brian Cage, like some of his best work was in Lucha Underground.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Brian Cage. Yeah. I've always loved Brian Cage.
Yeah. All right. We move on with contract status regarding Big Bill, aka William Morrissey.
That's my guy too. I love.
Yep. His AEW contract is set to expire, supposedly either at the end of May or the start of June, right? So there hasn't been a lot of talks. So this could mean that he could be entering free agency soon, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I think if AEW wanted to keep him around, they would probably, would have re-signed him by now, right? But there hasn't been any public updates or anything like that, right? He last wrestled in AEW in February, right? Last wrestled in Ring of Honor last month, right? And now there's like speculation, because, of his size and the way, he's kind of like in a way reinvented himself, that WWE could be a potential destination.
I would think that for past WWE before TKO, absolutely. Like that's literally what they used to highlight. Now I'm not so sure, and they're lowballing, not just lowballing everyone, but they're making people take pay cuts.
Yeah. I think that's going to drive a lot of people away.
Yeah, the CEOs and the top upper head executives are making millions and millions and millions, and they brag about that while they cut everyone else's pay.
Facts. So it's a situation that we'll kind of like monitor and see where he ends up. But yeah,
I love Big Bill. I hope he gets more out of wrestling. He's been kind of held down, I feel, everywhere he goes, and he just needs the right spot to break out.
Yeah. Another thing that happened on AEW Dynamite was The 2026 Owen Hart tournament brackets were revealed. I don't know if you guys are fans of the tournament. I personally like the tournament.
Didn't realize it was still going.
So they just announced both the men and women's participants. You guys will let me know who you guys got winning. So for the men's, you got Samoa Joe, right, who will be facing Will Ospreay in the first round.
Ooh, yep. That's good. Ow.
Mark Davis will be fighting Jungle Jack Perry.
Ospreay wins. Jack Perry wins.
I was gonna say so Ospreay over Samoa Joe, but if Samoa Joe was against anyone else, I would have gone Joe. But Ospreay, yeah.
Swerve.
Who's the other one? Jack Perry. Yeah, I agree.
Swerve versus Bandito.
Swerve.
Okay, and Claudio versus Brody King.
Brody King.
I think I like that matchup.
That might be the match of the night.
They're pushing Brody.
You think so?
Yeah, no, so I've seen it. Yeah, Brody's being pushed, and he deserves to be. I think Brody wins.
You're probably right. I'm going to disagree because I don't want Claudio to feel like he's doing what he's doing in WWE. You know, that's exactly what he's doing.
He's always.
So I'm going to take Claudio just to be a different year.
But, yeah.
He's becoming a jobber. The further we go along in his career, the more of a jobber he gets.
You know, I'm gonna go here. Wait, so who do you guys have winning the whole tournament?
I'm taking Ospreay.
Okay.
So we got Ospreay, probably Ospreay.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. I had Will Ospreay. I mean, I think this whole alliance with the Death Riders is going to come in play. I feel like the finals will be Ospreay versus Strickland.
I was just going to say Swerve and Ospreay.
And it's going to be a rematch. I mean, you know, they fought last year in what's it called? AEW Summer Blockbuster, and I believe Swerve took the victory there.
Yeah.
So
revenge. Yeah.
That was their last match. So I think with Ospreay having that backup from the Death Riders, I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. But I'm going with Ospreay. Ospreay. For the women's, right now you have Persephone versus Hazuki in the first round. You have Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor in the first round. Mina Shirakawa versus Athena in the first round. And then you have Sky Blue versus Sorry in the first round. So
who's versus Athena?
Yeah, sorry, say that again. I was I was blacked out.
Oh my God. I'm just gonna name the participants. You got Persephone, Hazuki, Mina Shirakawa, Athena, Willow Nightingale, Alex Windsor, Sky Blue, and Sorry.
Willow Nightingale wins.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Willow.
I'm gonna go with.
It makes a lot of sense.
You know what's crazy? We've seen one couple win this before. I feel like we're gonna see another couple win this. So I'm gonna go with Alex Windsor.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
Alex Ospreay.
Yep. So
fuck that. I'm going Willow.
Yeah. Even though, like, my heart says Alex Windsor, but I would want, to be honest with you, I would want Persephone to win.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So this is a funny topic that what's it called? I wanted to bring up because it's similar to WWE's in a way, but it's AEW reportedly filed lawsuit against Triller TV, and this is why I bring this up, right? Triller TV has been so bad for content creators. Let me just say that. And bad is just like a more PG term, right? They're
fucking horrible.
Their copyright, like the fact that everything you post, they feel like they own.
Well, let's remind ourselves, Triller, they like basically came onto the scene and got famous off like the celebrity boxing stuff. They're used to taking advantage of creators.
Yeah, and that's probably the right way of saying it. Yeah. But AEW right now is taking legal action against their former partner and over a $5 million dispute, claiming that Triller owes them $5 million in unpaid revenue.
So
I say win the case.
And you know what? And I feel like this is just like kind of like a karma. It's like, Triller has shut down 2 of our TikTok accounts.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
In the past. And that's why I stopped posting about AEW on TikTok, because it seemed like everything is flagged. And I'm like, but then you have these content creators where they're posting their reactions and great, fine. But I don't know.
No, you're right. So with and I feel like that's what's going to happen with the TKO. What TKO is doing now is they're okay with their endorsed creators doing it, but not anyone that's outside of their bubble.
Right.
That is not like in contact with them, working with them. Right.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 more topics to close out, and one of them I just have to bring it up, and that's the Aleister Black and Zelina Vega update.
Oh, what's the update?
First of all, I don't appreciate your eye roll, B.
Where are they now?
Okay, so
the unemployment line.
So where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Because she's more relevant than these 2 line.
So according to Jonathan Coachman, who kind of like broke it down.
Jonathan, I haven't heard that name forever since the run.
Russo and him work together a lot now.
Yeah.
He yaps his mouth to stay relevant about. He says good stuff here and then crazy stuff, like all of them do. But
yeah. So under that, I think it was like during the podcast. He mentioned that that both of them, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, are reportedly confirming a return to AEW.
No, bullshit. It's a lie. So real quick, he also shit on Danhausen, so he's not a reliable.
You like Danhausen, that's why you're gonna shit on fucking.
No, even if you don't like Danhausen, you cannot deny his connection with the fans and the kids, dude. You can't deny that.
Well, his connection with you, because you got
no. Even if I don't like the midget things, which I don't, it connects.
You know the midget thing? I love the midget thing. It's great.
It connects with the audience. You can't deny it. It's silly, but it works.
Yeah.
Wait, but you don't like the midget thing, though? I think it's hilarious.
No,
I think it's a great stuff.
I think it's overkill. They keep doing it. I think it's creatively void.
I think it's hilarious.
I think it's stupid.
I mean, listen, who knows? I think, he has gone to say that he has 2 incredibly good sources, wrestling sources, where they have confirmed to him that that's happening. However, like you said, oh, I don't buy it right now. And that's possible because AEW has refuted reports that the company is, trying to bring in Black. So
accusations.
Tony Khan literally said that's not true. I mean, has he lied before? Sure, but Jonathan Coachman has lied a lot more. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
his record's not as good.
I feel like a perfect fit for both of them would be TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I think they. Yeah. Zelina, she has experience in TNA. I feel like both of them would thrive. I think going back to AEW, yes, you get a paycheck.
Underground.
See, but
I mean, if it's a thing,
we don't know it. Like we all got hyped. No, we all got hyped over a post, but we don't know when it's going to happen.
When there's smoke, there's fire.
No, but dude, there's
an extinguisher too.
There's not. It's not reliable. It's not reliable. The wrestlers might be scared to go there, thinking they'll be fired at any moment, and there's no certainty. So I just don't know yet. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Fuck it. All I know is that I want Lucha Underground to make it.
I do too. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest, like telling you.
Yeah, the storylines were A1 when it comes to Lucha Underground.
Yeah, I love that.
And
in the stands, they would jump the fucking stanchions.
Oh, Angelico. That's where I learned about Angelico. That was really cool.
Same here. And then AEW completely wasted it.
That's literally the only place where I realized that Johnny.
I think it was him in the tag team with what? Jack Evans, right?
Yeah, but then and then they diluted them both on AEW.
Yeah.
That's the place where I found out. I realized that Johnny Mundo was arguably the GOAT for a good 3 months.
No, I just thought it was so unique. It was so different from what what WWE and what TNA was back then.
Cinematic.
Exactly. I think that's what caught like the fans' attention, the cinematic, and then you have a guy like Dario Cueto who that passion and that like Jefe character. I mean, again, it was something new, something different. So.
Yeah, you had characters like Prince Puma, Kwanzaa, and then the standout to me was Penta. That's how I learned about Penta, and I was like, "Oh, this dude's cool. I love this guy."
Yeah,
Zero Miro. So that was amazing, and Ray was there. Okay, yeah, I hope it comes back, man. I really do. I don't know.
We'll real quick before we get to the last topic, I did meet
I have something to say about the last topic.
Mil Muertes. He was champion in Lucha Underground. Yeah, I met him a couple of years back cool. at a signing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, really cool dude.
Oh, that's it. Well, real quick, going back to the Aleister Black thing before I forget.
Yeah.
I've heard there's one guy who used to work for AEW that I know on the independent scene, and he said, "Oh yeah, the locker room fucking hates him. I don't see that happening."
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think I think when people regarding where their sources is, you kind of have to put like a 50-50.
Right.
So that's why you have to use the words like reportedly or maybe or.
But if there's a common theme where like people, there's quite a few people who have expressed their discontent with how Aleister Black used to be backstage. He used to refuse to do jobs for people, and so like it comes to a point where like you have a good locker room dynamic. Do you want to ruin that? Just one person? So I don't think so.
And then our last topic is on that similar route. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. So, again, there's a lot of speculation, right, that both of these guys are heading towards AEW. Nothing has been set in stone. It's just a lot of speculation right now. Now, according to WrestleVotes, right, Kofi is expected to keep his name Kofi. I don't know if we're going to have a last name, but he'll use the name Kofi. And then Xavier Woods would likely go back to his name as Austin Creed. So, and then you have top AEW officials, top AEW talent, like pushing Tony Khan to bring in Kofi and Austin Creed. So, I personally think it's just a matter of time.
For
they fit perfectly.
Get buried in 3 months.
I'm sorry.
For them to go to AEW, get buried in 3 months.
I mean, listen, it could be very likely, seeing AEW's track record, but you bring in these two, it's clear as day that AEW has the best tag team division in the world. Mm-hmm. And yes, the AEW tag team division right now is crowded, but I think a lot of people, including myself, will love to see Kofi and Austin Creed in AEW, just to see like how it all plays out. It could be. I know a lot of people were saying this right online that them two joining AEW would be similar in a way to when AEW introduced Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson on the same night.
I don't know about that comparison, but they fit like a puzzle piece perfectly because they are literally friends with the Young Bucks. They used to do bits on being the elite with the Young Bucks a long time ago when they were under WWE contract. And they're boys with the Hurt Syndicate. I think it would fit, and maybe they join the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, I mean, it's all possible. It's all possible.
You mean there won't be with the Don Callis family, the other 85% of the fucking organization?
Yeah, the NWO New Age.
And if you didn't see like the latest episode of Being the Elite, now that Mitch
I don't watch it anymore, but
reminded me, the OG episodes were amazing.
Oh yeah,
when they were in New Japan, I loved it.
Yeah, I did too. Same. I stopped watching it when they got corporate.
like there was a serious discussion of a crossover match between the Elite and the New Day, and they even had direct conversation with Triple H, who was WWE's general manager at the time. But it seemed like Triple H was more interested in, the Young Bucks' services than the match. Like Triple H wanted to sign the Young Bucks, but instead of a crossover. So that's why that match never happened. But now it's a reality. I mean, it's a real possibility with the New Day as free agents, and obviously the Young Bucks and Omega are definitely in Tony Khan's ear, saying, "Yeah, let's sign them like ASAP."
I think it would be a perfect fit. Not just that. So real quick, and then there's one more thing I want to bring up. So yeah, I mean, Kofi and I guess Austin Creed would be a perfect fit, but also I would bring in the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
I think that tag team division can fit two more amazing teams.
Yeah. No, so that's why I kind of mentioned the whole Danielson and Cole, because you reveal one and then you reveal the second one right after.
Okay, I see that point. That's a good point.
That could work.
Yeah,
that could work. And then real quick, have you heard about the rumors about Nick Magnus maybe returning to wrestling since he's 39 now? Maybe like becoming a wrestler, and have you heard about the rumors of who might take his place?
No.
Teddy Long.
Teddy, that's the rumor.
Wow.
That's
Teddy Long have one more run in.
I love Teddy Long. I love me some Teddy Long. I'd be okay with that.
Wow.
I'm shocked though, because Teddy Long's been like talking too much truth online. So I would be I was kind of shocked by
shut
that.
up. We'll like, come work for us. You can shut the fuck up.
I mean, he was the best general manager of SmackDown history.
That's a good point. B just brought up. Get him under let him be loud inside and controlled, as opposed to louder outside uncontrolled. Yep.
And you know what though, like you guys said, Aldis is still young. I'm surprised he's he hasn't competed yet, but there's been teases, right? Teases with like guys like McIntyre, teases with guys like Cody Rhodes. So I wouldn't be opposed to that, to be honest with you.
Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce looks like he still can go for a little bit more, even though he does indie shit.
He's a really good general manager. I think
Adam Pearce is great.
I think Nick Magnus would be a better wrestler, and the problem with that is that there are people in the office who have specifically stated they don't see him as a top star, like Bruce Pritchard. So that's my worry, that that might not happen, but we'll see. I hope so. He deserves it.
Yep. That'd be interesting. Tay Long, what?
The
Undertaker. What's the one he had? He had the oh my god! It was I forgot he called the guy he had when he was like quote unquote managing the guy. He was like
Rodney Mack.
Was it Rodney Mack?
He managed. Yeah, he managed Rodney Mack, but he managed.
Yeah. What was the the showcase that he had? It was the.
I have no idea.
I gotta look it up. I'll look it up for the next episode. It's just like it was so disrespectful. He was he called people crackers.
Mark Henry. There's quite a few people he managed. Yeah.
I forgot he did manage Mark Henry.
Yeah, that was great. I think that was.
I think the most surprising about Theodore Long is I completely forgot he was a ref.
Yeah,
that's how he started in WCW. Yep.
So, but I don't know, man. If that does in fact happen, I'm all for it. So we'll find out.
Holla! I would love that.
Yeah, as a week-to-week basis, but we'll find out next week, because that'll conclude for today's episode of the Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in and week out, showing us love. If you can see the link tree going from right to left, click that. You could check out everything we're on. We are on YouTube. What was this sort of? YouTube, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, all over social media.
Spotify, yep.
You name it, we're on it. Hit the link tree. If you can't get the videos now, you can get the audios on all podcasting platforms, which includes Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. And yeah, check us out. Hit us up. So until then, till next week, fellas, catch y'all later.
Thanks for tuning in.